Myers Squibb and BT have a tremendous relationship over the past 4 months. You've just achieved a new contract for the next 10 years. You've got a requirement for a service level requirement with them to maintain it, and you're not going to be able to do it the way it is now. Your challenge is all of that equipment over the next year that's got to be swapped out. Cisco can help you change that by bringing in services.
Fantastic. Let's give them a round of applause, guys. That's it.
All right, Kevin.
Changing the way we work, live, learn, and play. 11 years ago, I went into the print room in our Malvern, Pennsylvania office. What I went in there to do, I don't recall, it's inconsequential, but what I walked out with was something that would be fundamental to helping me build my family very quickly thereafter. 2 months later, we embarked on a process, and the story I'd like to tell you is the challenges we had in our first adoption. And back in those days, the internet was brand new. So the medium was, you go to a paper, the personal section, and you pour the essence of yourself, what you want and what you're asking for, into a 1/4-inch block, and try and be different from the 50 other couples that are doing that. And just hope that someone responds back, and it's your job to find someone that wants to create this relationship that you then hand off to the lawyers. What we did then was the very tedious process. You get a phone number, and you wait. And that's what the crazy, frustrating thing is to adoptive parents, is the waiting. But I can tell you, when that phone goes off, it flies up in the air, you're trying to grab it, and you're hoping to God it doesn't fall on the ground and turn off by mistake. So that call did come. And we talked to a very scared high school senior who was going to deliver in another 6 weeks. And we didn't hear anything for another week and a half. And being the type A personality I am, like you, I want to control something, but you can't over-control something. So what do? I thought back to that print room where I had seen a copy of a people search from Yahoo. Back then, 11 years ago, that was a nice internet startup. I was intrigued because it looked like you just put in a city, a name, and it gave you an address. Well, I thought, I've got caller ID from the call we took from this girl. That'll give me a city if I just go back to the area code. I've got her last name. So why don't I just put together a packet? And we did. We put pictures of ourselves, of where we live, our aspirations, our goals, and we sent it to the address that I came up with. Actually, there were 6. We got lucky, and it went to the right person. And we got that second call. Packed the car, we're going. We got up there, and we were sat on a couch, and arrayed in front of us were 13 people. Aunts, uncles, children. Right in the center was the grandmother in a high back chair. That was a little bit uncomfortable to start. I can tell you it became a magical afternoon thereafter, to the point where I was out in the backyard with a grandfather. He says, "Kevin, you and I should go fishing someday." I said, "I'd like to do that." On the table was that packet of information that we had sent. And because we concluded the afternoon, they said we need to decide as a family. I found out that the only reason we were there, not 5 other people, was because that information had been seen by all of the family, and that gave us the first opportunity to talk to them. Let's go back to 2 weeks ago. I was driving home. I was a little bit late. It was raining. As I got to the top of my driveway, I looked down. There's a figure on my lawn, dressed in a football helmet, uniform, pads. That was my son, Keith. That successful adoption that resulted from meeting that family. He was standing there in the rain, waiting to play catch with his dad. Dressed as I am, I got out of the car. We had the greatest catch in the rain for the next 20 minutes. did the internet change the way I play?